and the information that he is already present in the world. But like the Gog and the Magog, Ya'juj and Ma'juj, they are not known to people. Where they are exactly is unknown. The time of their release is with Allah. He is chained, and his time would come. This is the information that the Prophet ﷺ gave us. Some people would ask, how is it that he was already in the world in the time of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ 1,400 years ago? How long did Prophet Nuh live for? How long has Satan, Iblis, been living? We can't argue or discuss about how it is that he could be living for so long. How it is that Prophet Isa is still alive and will come back at the end of time. This is not our area to debate or to argue about or to try to interpret. What the Prophet ﷺ has told us on this matter is true. The hows of the matter is with Allah. There are so many other things that we don't know how. We don't need to get stuck on this one little thing. It's a big thing in the general sense of who Dajjal is, but the issue about him being present in the world even now is not a big issue. Now, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had informed us that he would appear at a particular time, and we spoke about that in the previous khutbah. When would a Dajjal appear? So that we would not have any confusion. No one would say he's appeared, he's doing his stuff in the world now, we're coming under the attack, the end of the world is coming. No, there would be 3 signs before his coming. We said the first sign was that 1/3 of the earth for 1 year rain would stop. The second sign is that in the second year 2/3 of the earth there would be no rain. And the third sign is that in the third year there would be a drought throughout the world. No rain would fall anywhere on the face of the earth. It might seem impossible to us now, but just remember that the Sahara Desert, the Gobi Desert, all these deserts were once lush with vegetation. They dig up in these areas fossils of the dinosaurs and others in places that were deserts. Before, these deserts weren't deserts, they were forests, rainforests. So if that can happen, then know that a time can come when no rain for 1 year would fall on the earth. That is the time. Following that, he would be released from the island and he would make his way to Iran. And this is not a special da'wah against the Shiites or anything like this, Yes, we know what Shiaism is and what it represents and the treacherous role it has played in the history of Islam, Muslims, and continues to play. But the Prophet ﷺ had said specifically in a hadith narrated by Abu Bakr, found in At-Tirmidhi, authentically narrated, in which he said, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had said, Dajjal would appear from a land in the east called Khurasan. A land in the east called Khurasan. Khurasan is the name of the eastern province, northeastern province of Persia from the time of the Sassanids till today. northeastern province. In the past, it used to include parts of Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, but mainly Iran. Now it is encompassed in Iran. Iran divided it up into 3 provinces, north, south, and east, and it remains the place where he would first be announced, his presence known in the world. Dajjal has appeared in Iran, Khorasan. And he will be accompanied, the Prophet ﷺ had said, by people whose faces look like flat, beaten iron. That's how he described it. From this description, before, people had said in the 13th century that this was the Mongols. The Mongols, because the Mongols came from the east and they devastated the Muslim world, massacred huge numbers, but it wasn't them. Furthermore, the Prophet ﷺ had said that he would make contact with the Muslim forces between Syria and Iraq. This is where his forces will have come together. Those following him would have come together, and the beginning of the battle for the world would take place. The forces that he will be struggling against will be the forces of the Mahdi. And the story of the Mahdi, of course, is another true story. Again, our children know about Superman, Spider-Man, and all the other men, but they don't know about the Mahdi. But that is another story. The point is that he would be one who Allah would raise up amongst the Muslim Ummah in that period, who would reunite the Muslim world and become the world leader of the Muslim states, Muslim peoples. The Khilafah or the Caliphate would be revived at that point, the Mahdi. Anyway, his forces would come in conflict or in contact with those of Dajjal in the region between Iraq and Syria. Among the followers of Dajjal, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had mentioned that when he appears in Iran, in Khorasan, 70,000 Jews of Isfahan wearing their ritual shawls would follow him, would join his forces. But it's not to say that they represented the totality of his forces. Others will join him from all around the world. Muslims will join his forces. Isfahan, for those of you that don't know it, is the capital of Isfahan province in Iran, about 340 kilometers south of Tehran, the capital of Iran today. And it was once one of the greatest cities on the earth. It's known, a major city. Now it doesn't have much significance to most of the world, but at one time it was a great city. He would, from those initial conflicts with Muslim forces, defeat those forces, and he would spread his control, his reign over much of the known world. What we know of the world today, much of it would be under his control. And we said that when he appeared, he would appear after this period of drought